out. Hear me out. Enhanced Surveillance. 2-mana enchantment. You may look at an additional 2 cards each time you surveil. In the Miracles deck, we have 6 Surveil lands, we have 12 fetch lands. That's 16 Surveil lands, we have 4 Consider. This is 20 cards in the deck. Okay? So, so look. When you have Counterbalance and Enhanced Surveillance in play, okay, so it used to be like just surveilling once in response to Counterbalance was nice. It was like, okay, we have like a better chance of like more or less blind flipping, but it wasn't that often that you'd really get to set it up to surveil for Counterbalance. With Enhanced Surveillance, Surveil 3 at instant speed, boy, you're probably going to counter that spell. You have a really good chance to counter that spell. Additionally, you get to dig super duper deep for Terminus just when this is in play, and it just is in play, and then the whole game, like the rest of your deck, is so much more powerful. You know, like it's kind of in some ways it is similar to Otherworldly Gaze, which is a card a lot of people have wanted me to play. Which I always trash talk that card, but it isn't as crazy to play that card as I kind of make it out to be. I just hate that card because it gets suggested so much. But this just stays in play. And your deck is so much more powerful for the rest of the game. Your Considers get to look at 3 cards, and you just get to dig. You get to dig so deep for Terminus when this is in play. It's kind of ridiculous how deep you get to dig for Terminus. Like there's been a lot of times where I've like had this surveilled, found Consider, then on my opponent's turn I got to Consider for 3 more looks at Terminus, and also the thing is they are very good in multiples. This was something that I was like. It's impossible for it to be better than Omen. Yeah, I say that's the thing is Omen is I think it mostly takes Omen's place. I'm still playing 1 Omen, 3 Teferi, 3 Jace. I think you just have so much dig now that you don't need 4 of each of these. But these are like legitimately great in multiples. If you have 2, you get to surveil 5. If you have 3, you get to surveil 7. And also, yeah, they do stack. They do stack, so you get to look at additional 2 cards. When you have 2 in play, it's like you get to Terminus, brother. If you want to find Terminus, you get to find Terminus, which is just so crazy. And then it also has this other ability where you get to shuffle your graveyard into your library. So because you just have 4 of these in your main deck, you're just never going to deck yourself. In some ways, they're also a win condition, but you are also just don't have to worry about decking in the late game. So, with Search for Visconta, you get the benefit of this enchantment as well. Search for Visconta is just not a very playable card, but it is a card we all love, I know. I don't know. I think it's pretty sick. It's been, I don't have a ton of experience with it so far. I did a lot of solitaring. I played 1 match. It's hard. In solitaring, it looked pretty good, but it's also hard to evaluate exactly a control deck via solitary. But I'm kind of hyped for it. I woke up really hyped for it, and it makes your Counterbalances a lot better. Makes your Terminus a lot better. It works with 20 cards in your deck. It gets pretty good. Every Miracles deck says what kind of retreat that's real 0. Green white Surveil land. Lush Portico. Worse than Gorias and Persist. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Gorias and Persist, though. Is like they are so much better than everything else. I guess Heliod combo? Can't really be anything else, yeah. Gotta be the best possible matchup by a million years. Oh, Phage is legal. Let's go, dude. Yeah, we'll do it for sure. I'll counterspell Heliod, I guess, but not really super scary. Footsteps is good too. Yeah, but anything else is so much worse. Like Footsteps is mid. It's like passable. But all the other animation spells are so much worse. You should play a Footsteps over like push pull too. I mean, we've done that before, of course. They can sack Ranger Captain in response to the Miracle trigger. Grab a Ballista here. So might as well cast this Omen now. I guess they don't know about sacking the Ranger Captain on Terminus. Remember that you can reveal Terminus and then in response to the Miracle trigger fetch for and they do not know that they could have sacked the Ranger Captain, although, you know, the Terminus would have still been in the hand. They get to put the Ranger Captain back in the deck, which is not nothing. Yeah, I remember that deck tech too, when they had Beast Tracker for Phage, and it really should have had Death Touch. I agreed with them, but it just didn't, and their whole like already pretty loosey goosey deck tech was shattered. Hard to bottom a Solitude there. Rise of the Witch King is a pretty cool card, I agree. Just let them have infinite life. Who cares? Does anyone have the old copy pasta? Because I'm just going to Solitude the Spike Feeder, let them have infinite life, win the game with a Jace, Mind Sculptor later. But I also need them to gain like 100 life or something so that I need to be able to attack with my Solitudes for my own life gain. So it's kind of a pain. I'll treat. I'm actually just gonna, because like I might gain like 100 life with Solitudes this game, so I'll just chill. Switch Oust and get around it. Why would I do that? Why I literally don't care if they have infinite life. I'm not going to lose 2 cards in my hand when they have 5 cards in their hand just because it's kind of annoying that they have infinite life here. We just gotta chill. Let me reread Rise of the Witch King. I had it in one of my PT draft decks. I could also show up the backup deck. Each player sacrifices a creature. If you sacrifice a creature this way, return another permanent card from the graveyard to battlefield. Hell yeah. Maybe a better way to Omniscience. I had like a weird deck name because I built it in Moxfield. This is one I haven't tested, but I paid for a deck tech from Dingo, and he said it looked pretty good, and he's, you know, the scam expert. He's trying to Yeah, I can also just win with Enhanced Surveillance decking them. Okay, so again, Dingo said he liked the idea, and he would know. So Sideboard's a little questionable. I think Blood Moon is better than Magus because the Titan players just have like this crazy anti-Magus sideboard plan a lot of the time. But I really genuinely don't think Bowmasters is very good at the moment. It is good against specifically Murktide. It's like very good in that matchup and kind of mid almost everywhere else. I've been very impressed by Enterprising Scallywag. I think this is just a good modern 2-drop. So if we feel like Bowmaster's not that good, Scallywag is pretty good. Try playing that. And if we just have 8 Incidental Pirates here, Ragavan and Scallywag, is Breaches a good 3-drop? Whenever a pirate you control attacks, choose one that hasn't been chosen, make a treasure, target creature can't block, exile top card of your library, you may play it this turn. Yeah, not a lot of rings at the moment. So yeah, Bowmaster really doing kind of a raise the alarm impression. So I think Scallywag is very good. Is Breaches good enough? I don't know. We probably shouldn't be playing 4. I'm just playing 4 at the moment. So this is the tentative backup deck today. Miracles could take a while though. Would Case of the Crimson be better than Fable? I think Fable is a little bit better than Case of the Crimson. I haven't cast Case yet. I haven't cast Case, but someone in Dingo's chat was asking me about this yesterday. I was like, I just don't feel like this is the deck to test that idea out in. That makes sense. Like I like maybe you could try that in normal scam and then see if it's better. But it's probably just like to play like I would need a different deck to try to like go Case versus Fable first, like a deck maybe like Prowess or something that is a bit more normal for that kind of tech. Play one Surveil land. Dingo City might play two, but I'm gonna play one for right now in this deck. Yeah, Fable. Yeah, Fable won the Blast Forward Pro Tours. I mean, I do think it's a strong case for the case, right? That we're even talking about it. But that really is. It has to be better than Fable, and I don't think it's better than Fable. Could be better than Breaches, but we want to try Breaches. I think Case could fit in a Rakdos Persist shell. Rakdos Persist can't be an archetype. You have to play a third. I mean, I guess I'm being a little nitpicky because you can just easily splash a color. You have to splash a third color for white or green sideboard cards. Deal with artifact and enchantment based graveyard hate. One thing too with Case is it would have been a lot better, I think, back when you got to play 8 pitch cards in this deck instead of just 4. Okay, opponent has passed back. I remember back this used to be so relevant when Uro was legal. When Uro was legal, we just had like a whole copy pasta that was like, hey, I'll treat it as if you have Infinite Life, but still you have to still gain like 200 life. You still have to gain like 200 life because I'm gonna attack you with Uro. So annoying. Kind of a bummer to have revealed the 3 here. Oh, are they? Oh, wait, yeah, they're playing. I mean, that card doesn't do anything. What's the split card? Yeah, this is Tech Dingo gave me. Again, I didn't play test this, but Deck Tech Scam mastered Young Dingo, who said the idea was worth trying. This is target player sacrifices an artifact or creature. Hit deals damage to that player equal to that permanent's mana value. So the idea is, if your opponent casts Scion of Draco, you can make them sacrifice the Scion of Draco, and then it deals them 12. And Scion does seem to be a pretty tough problem for the scam deck, so seems like a fun tool. Let's play one. And one Shieldred's Edict. Or retreating like they did in Flight. They did Spike Feeder Heliod. But the thing is, like, I still, like, even if they had Infinite Life, I still need to be attacking with my Solitudes here, right? Like, I'm not just throwing away my 3 life every turn. But we'll eventually win either through enhanced surveillance, just like looping my deck, or Jace Ultimate. Are we going to deck faster? No, I'm going to mill them with Jace the Mind Sculptor. I also have 4 copies of enhanced surveillance in my deck, which shuffles my graveyard back in. Infinite Life just almost has no text in this matchup. I don't know. These kids don't know Jace the Mind Sculptor Ultimate does. Which is probably for the best. A card that destroys an artifact and deals damage based on mana value. This is a hit run, a split card from the original Ravnica set. Very cool tech. Top card's a Counterspell. Let this go, I think. Maybe I'll Solitude the Oak in response, so they don't get their token here. You really get to feel like a control player in this matchup because your opponents just aren't doing things that matter. Usually, when it puts a spell in the stack, you kind of got to counter it, but And this, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Like everything they play. Oh, their main combo card? That doesn't matter. We have enhanced surveillance on top. I might still counter it. I did still counter it. Let's start next turn off probably by bouncing the Omen of the Sea. Shout out to those who said the SURVEIL card was better. Doesn't Healer kill me? No, I have instant speed Oust available. Although I guess if they just did it on my upkeep, I was dead. So there's that. We're basically also at Infinite Life. Kind of just a blank card. You know, I'm not gonna waste a counterbalance shuffle on that. Reyes with the raid. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Welcome back. This is legit like how every control player feels. I will not counter your 2-mana spell. I don't need to. It's like only this matchup where you get to be like this. It resolves. You both sure. Yeah, I'll allow it. This is when everyone's done at FNM, they're like, "Oh, what game are y'all in? Oh, game 1. We're in game 1." Yeah, we did a SURVEIL 9 game 1, and boy, were we alive then. Unironically, I just don't need to counter this. I can just summon a Terminus so easily. So yeah, let's go right now. Consider SURVEIL a bunch. Let's go graveyard. I guess keep this in the deck. Graveyard this. Draw the Jace, and then we'll just fetch another SURVEIL land, and then surely we're not. I mean, even if they hit, we're at 45 life. You know what I mean? But we have 3 Terminus in the deck, and we have like looks plus 11, uncountable amount of looks. Yeah, we did miss. Damn. Guess I'm gonna go Oust. What did I miss? 3 in the deck, right? I would spike it over 4 life. I've attacked with Solitudes a bunch. A few times, you might say. And 4 Oust. I think the card's really good. To time our opponent out. I should remember my top card, but I don't. But I could just check. This is right. How you deal with this archetype? Surely, in our next 5 SURVEIL, find a Terminus. What were your thoughts, Brewing Second Citadel? And the card's great. Like, we had a lot of good lusts with it, so it's a very good Magic card that goes in a lot of places. Shout out to my opponent's willpower. Enhanced Surveillance entire deck. Enhanced Surveillance lets you shuffle your graveyard into your library. So, like, we just cannot deck ourselves. It would even be difficult to wreck ourselves in a spot like this. So I think I'm way more likely to have my opponent concede if I brainstorm with Jace instead of pick up. You can even use your logic not to exile like all your fetch lands before you shuffle back into, which is pretty fun. Too many cards in your deck is bad for your health, yeah. They have something? Solitude, I guess. Oh wait, this is their turn already. Okay, this is a 3/3 ballista. I guess I could oh sorry, we're near top card. Get to look for a Terminus counter. This is something. Rave with the 6 months. Thank you. Welcome back. We have a 3 on top, which counters a lot of their important things. Plus bottom. Away with you, Heliod. Away with you. Be gone from my sight, foul god. Yeah, they should have conceded a long time ago. They're just gonna time out. Okay, we have no 3s left in the deck, so let's not show them what my top mana value is. Could probably beat a Rosie. Okay, at this point, I will respect. Not attack. Should have asked about this deck yesterday. Yeah, we got several questions about it, but, you know, I just can't guarantee when there will be, like, a little bit of a breakthrough like this. Yeah. Enhanced Surveillance is the new Sensei's Divining Top. Don't you always brainstorm here with Jace because there's no reason to win because they're losing time for games 2-3? I gotta stream, brother. I gotta get to game 2 at some point. I got 1,000 people watching me play this game. They want to see a game 2 as quick as possible. And I got Super League later. I might want to get to backup deck. I'm doing it for you. But also they have infinite life, so like I do actually have to Jace them. So there's also that. Okay, yeah, don't have any 3s, but we're just hardcast Terminus. Super League. It's now rebranded to MTGO Masters, but yeah, same thing. Starts today. I'm in Pod 1. I'm with Brian Bronduin, Arya, also known as Hogpog, who's like used to be a streamer now, works for Wizards, and then I can't remember I don't know the third person very well, but I hope to get to know them tonight. Yeah, and that's gonna be on the official Magic Online channel and on twitch.tv/ANZMTG. Love Honorog. I hung with Honorog a bunch last weekend. Always love to see him. I got him. I introduced him to peppermint vodka, which now he seems to really enjoy. Anybody excited to slap my opponent's deck into the trash can? Yeah, I am unironically very excited and very nervous to play with Brian. Brian has always been a big inspiration to me. I was I would like when I was like starting to get into tournament Magic, I would read every article Brian wrote. I remember like one time he said an article. So like a lot of blue-white players would play secure the waste in their blue-white deck, and he's like, if you're gonna put a 5 or 6 mana spell in your deck, it needs to be Elspeth Sun's Champion, not Secure to the Waste. And I was like, you're so right, Brian. You're so right. That's so true. Well said. Well said. That's a good. Send the tweet. That's a good one. With the Teferis, I guess. I got one Teferi. Teferi's also like best mana value. Every card is so good. Literally every card is so good. Also, yeah, I mean, kind of outdated, but I'm just actually not going to bring in the needles. And then I think one time he was like, play 2 Elspeth Sun's Champion in the sideboard of your Bant Eldrazi deck and never lose the mirror again. I'm like, yes, Brian, I'm gonna play 2 Elspeths. Yeah, 3 dice instead of 2 dice is nice because you're less likely to draw, so you go faster. The problem with dice, the dice conversation is if it goes beyond any amount of conversation beyond like, how do you want to determine who goes first? If it goes beyond like, oh, I want to do high roll, or I want to do this or that, you're like almost immediately just wasting time if you are like all of the even odd gamers are like, someone goes, hey, do you want to do high roll? And then someone goes, I'd rather even odd. Just say yes, chat. Just say yes, I will do high roll. If you're an even odd gamer, you waste more time explaining to them why even odd is better than just saying yes to high roll. Island on top. I know that even odd is faster, but high roll is also funner. That bounce the Heliod here. What about the Arbor Elf also? Okay. If I have dice, I ask for even or odd. If they have dice, I say yes. Yeah, exactly, but... No! Got some work to do, guys. Gonna bring in Wear Tear. This is the last, or we have one more Teferi in the main deck actually. Okay, go to game 3. Okay, well, we found a way to lose the matchup, I guess. Witcher also hits Utopia Sprawl. Not tapping out for Teferi also like Let's that happen more often. Three is a lot, but they can also hit Ballista. I think they have enough targets just to play through. Did you not oust the elf because you wanted to keep Solitude more open more? I was thinking I was just gonna oust it in combat, but maybe ousting it earlier is better because they're gonna draw it. Things will never get better if we just give up and let the high rollers continue. See, one thing is, I'm a high roller, despite knowing that even and odd is better. I enjoy high roll. It's fun. You both roll a dice and you see who rolls higher. I think it's more fun than even odd. So I like to do high roll, and it takes 5 seconds more. And sometimes you tie, then you get to go again, and it's like, ooh, what's gonna happen next? Yeah, even odd with 2 dice is like chaotic evil. I can't do all that math. We're talking about pile shuffling. Yeah, pile shuffling is the biggest waste of time in a match of Magic. I've been thinking about this a little bit lately, and like the biggest problem with Paper Magic is that rounds go too long, and tournaments are too long. There's too many rounds on some of these days. And anything we can do to make it shorter. I know I'm the with the exception of even odd. With the exception of even odd, anything we could do is I think worth trying. So one big thing, of course, would be the best thing I think is just when you sit down at your table, it tells you in the pairings who's on the play, who's on the draw. So you get to eliminate all of that altogether. And then another thing is sorry, what kind of forgot the train of thought. Oh, the pile shuffling. Yeah, and if you make pile shuffling illegal, matches go a lot faster. Because a pile shuffle, some people might not even know this, it's not even a legal shuffle. You can't just pile shuffle your deck 3 times and then your deck is not considered randomized. And so it's it's okay to have to counter your deck, but you could do that between rounds, not at the beginning of a round. But yeah, if you legalize pile shuffle, things go faster. Predetermined play draw, things go faster. Yeah, pile shuffle is when you spread your deck into 5 piles, which is it's like an okay tool to counter library, but it's not a sufficient shuffle. Pile counting is the better term. Yeah, pile counting. You're not actually shuffling your deck. In fact, a lot of people kind of have this thing about pile shuffling where they feel like it's a good way for them to distribute evenly their ratio of lands and spells, which is, it should never be your goal to get an even distribution, I don't think I want a Terminus right now. It could be okay. I guess Terminusing right now means I just can't get Ballista comboed. Yeah, it's just cheating. Again, a lot of new players kind of have this attitude though, oh, I need a good ratio of lands and spells, but you're just cheating. If your goal is to stack your library effectively. I just feel like my opponent has collected companies stuck in their hand here. So as tempted as I am to kill the Utopia Sprawl, I think we probably need to be making sure that we don't die to choke. People just pile shuffle. Pile shuffling is less common, but especially when I first started, everyone would pile shuffle at the start of the match. It takes nearly a full minute, and it just is a time waster because you have to shuffle your deck after anyways. And I've played against many opponents who will pile shuffle multiple times a game or between every single game. I've been going to like game 3 with 7 minutes on the clock, and my opponents start pile shuffling, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of, you can't really have the whole conversation right there. I think that also just slows things down too much. But should we shorten the round timer as well? Go to 40-minute rounds. Well, see, the problem with that is, like, the reason why rounds are going so long is because Magic is becoming a more complex game. Games are more complicated. You have like a lot more flood insurance. There's a lot more words on cards. Cards do more, and so because this is the dynamic, cards do more. Cards are more complicated. This is like, matches are going longer, and so shortening the round timer doesn't feel like a feasible solution. I just couldn't care less about Infinite Life. Just need to make sure I don't lose the choke. Yeah, I guess you only get one pile per match, but it's also tough, and then it's, I don't know, then you have to call a judge about it, and then your opponent's all awkward the rest of the game. Oh, yeah, you can't do chess clock and paper. Like, I think high level players could obviously pass back priority on a chess clock really fast, but there would be like mishaps all the time when you do the chess clock. It'd be a little bit awkward, and it's just so inaccessible for new players to have a chess clock. Like, it'll just turn off too many newbies off the game. Again, like, you could do chess clocks with really high level players, but your average Magic player can't handle it, and then your like new Magic player really can't. Just play best of one. Yeah, I don't know, but I do think getting your play draw before the match would go a long way, and the banning pile shuffle would go a small way, but it'd help. Let's make sure we have hardcast counterbalance, or Solitude up. Second counterbalance has some value, getting to blind flip, and then SURVEIL, of course. No Coco's good. A land I can do this one. SURVEIL 3. How early do tournaments start nowadays? Should we start tournament earlier? I think, yeah, tournaments are starting later and ending a lot later, I think. Like, the PTQs in Chicago this weekend started at, it started like 11 a.m. and I feel like if we could get a 10 a.m. start time, that would go a long way. I would even be happy enough with a I would do a 9 a.m. start time, but I know not everybody would. Okay, so do a blind flip. Top card is Flooded Strand. I'm not gonna waste a SURVEIL just on this. I'm even like happy enough to draw a Flooded Strand because it's just another like Sensei's top activation. I think 11 a.m. is too late. 9 a.m. is like a little early. 10 a.m. feels like the sweet spot, but I think the problem is like the halls, like they just have a hard time getting them open really because like the events are so much bigger. Grip is 9, yeah, that's nice. Every card is blank over there. So sad. Would less rounds help? I would help, yeah. Like, I mean, in Atlanta last year was like the worst case by a lot. Atlanta was like, I don't know. I think I got to the hall at 9 a.m. and left at like 11 p.m. or midnight or something. In Minneapolis, I left at 1 a.m. after losing in the finals of a PTQ. But I really think it should be the goal to like to get you out in time for dinner, because you know, for me at least, and for a lot of Magic players, dinner is just such an important part of the experience. I had a bad record on the day, but I feel like the vibes are good with the enhanced surveillances. Probably will take a hit before doing anything. Oh, this is infinite Tokies. We'll just find a Terminus, I guess. If we can't, then we'll Solitude. Infinite Life too. They already have Infinite Life, where they could have gained it. Wait. We're both yielded. Whose clock is going down? Nobody's clock is going down? And my opponent choose to just keep me here forever. I don't think I've ever seen this where neither player's clock goes down. You want to Solitude the Scary? No, I want to Terminus. I don't care about this. Okay, their clock's starting to go down. It just is lagging. Their clock is going down. Moto's gonna restart. I want that to happen. Can you like just chill, opponent? Can you put a counter on something else? Oh no, I turned off auto yields. It's not turning them off. Okay, but their clock is still going down. Okay. Okay. We're good. And you have choke in your hand? Did they have attack for lethal? They already attacked this turn. They had to attack with the Arbor Elf to start the loop, I think. You have 43 seconds on your clock, opponent. We could maybe move on, but okay. Oh, it's my last SURVEIL land. Oh, I meant to shuffle it already. Damn it. It's okay. I'm just not. I'm like. I think I'm just F6ing. Like, they just have 30 seconds. Like, what are they gonna do? How could they kill me in this amount of time? And this feels so blasphemous to say, but if Entreat the Angels was just like if it was always miracleable, like the miracle cost was just a card, it wouldn't be a good card in current Magic. It's like just kind of behind rate. It's like 3 mana for a 4/8 4 mana for 2/4/4s, 5 mana for 3/5/4s. It's just not a good thing to have in your deck. Is Curate better than Omen? I think the first Omen's better than Curate because you like bounce it with Teferi, like you get the second with counterbalance triggers in the stack. That can't be true. It just is. I know it feels blasphemous to say that, but I just feel like that just is true. Like I wouldn't pay 4 mana for 2/4/4 flyers. I might pay 5, but I definitely wouldn't play 3 for 1/4/4 flyer. Like. I don't know. I guess I kind of don't think, but also this is not the text on the card. I don't know if I need to say that. This is not the text on the card. We have a lot of 2s. Terminus on top. I guess I should probably not draw that. But it'd be kind of awkward. These enhanced surveillances. Yeah, like Rhinos is 3 mana for 10 power. And Treat is 4 mana for 8. It's like, what are we doing? These are flyers? Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's a little bit nonsensical because this isn't the text on the card. But it's not like this is also not the text on the card. You know what I mean? But it's kind of the point I'm trying to illustrate is you're not like super excited to register this, or you're not going to register this that often if this, were the text on the card, which. Again, it isn't. I'm actually keeping all these. Is the hypothetical card instant? It's a sorcery, I think, but at instant it'll be good, I think. I'm the one who suggested this. Yeah, but I'm not arguing with you guys. I still don't think the card will be playable. If you think it will be playable, you're silly for going back and forth so much, you know what I mean? Hopefully this is not the One Ring. The One Ring in Modern? Guess One Ring win condition here. No, Decree of Justice would also not be playable. I'm not going to counter this. I think we are going to dig for a Terminus. We get a lot of looks. I wonder if I should cast it now. I wonder if I'm better off. Yeah, I don't think I'm better off doing it on their turn for any reason. Do I want... Yeah, I'll keep a Flooded Strand. Up. Yeah, I thought about the Jace, though you can win the game if you deck yourself. Feels like not necessary. I am thinking, so they go down to 12. The problem with, I guess, using the ring as my win con is that they're just gonna have too many rings. They discard a Besage. Let's go ahead and surveil now. I'm okay to keep another Counterspell. And we maybe have this weird plan where I just Counterspell Nomnath, Counterspell a ring. They die. They shock, so that plan becomes a lot more attractive. Although I'll just go ahead and get my land in Surveil 3. Mostly looking for Jace. All these? Maybe got untapped land and cast the Solitude. Actually, that might have been better. Happy enough to draw a counterspell here. Oh, they fetch end of turn. They do, down to 8, down to 5. I really need them to not have like Teferi plus thing. As the -1 from Enforced Surveillance been worth it so far? Yeah, I've been like Enhanced Surveillance. I think the card's pretty sick in the deck. Maybe they'll ping themselves. I guess I just don't know how they beat me going Solitude Halfling. And then, unless they have counter magic in their deck, I feel like I can just pretty easy Solitude the Halfling and then just have 2 counter spells up. Unless they have like Teferi right here. Yeah, they did have Teferi. This is bad. It's pretty likely that they have like Omnath plus Ring or Teferi. Kind of any 2 of those. I have to draw another Counterspell. Yeah, now I don't really think they can win if they don't have counter magic because they're gonna go like Omnath Ring, Teferi Ring, Ring Teferi, to Ring Omnath. I guess Omnath first usually, but like without counter magic, they just can't beat 2 counter spells. Why not Oust Halfling? Because then they gain 3, and then they'd be at. I guess they would still be dead. Especially on like main deck Spell Pierce, which isn't like unheard of. They also get like Solitude their own stuff sometimes. I guess. Like if they tap the ring, they double Solitude doesn't get them out of it though. Funny game. Yeah, so now they would need 3 Solitudes plus Teferi. You have 12 cards in their hand. Last card, another counterspell, so funny. Yeah, if they have 2 Solitudes, they can exile the Reflection, and they can exile... Well, I guess they can copy their Solitude to gain 6. Yeah. Okay, maybe Oh, and they get to attack. Dang. GG. Probably. I guess we could also deck them. Only 2 Terminus left, it's likely. I think I'm gonna Omen of the Sea probably over Kaheera this turn. I have no Teferis left in the deck to bounce the Omen. Are you supposed to second Omen response to itself? I don't think so. I really would have find Jace, and I couldn't have cast Jace if I did that. To Entreat the Angels would be great this game. Next up, my Enhanced Surveillance. I guess I probably should have surveilled in response or sacked it. I don't know. I should have. Oops. Not really a game I can afford to throw away a little bit of value like that. No! Come on! Ah. Sorry, I just didn't think they'd be doing that. Okay. All right. The sweet F6 value, I guess. Yeah, if I had sacked the Surveillance, I feel like... Well, obviously they have 8 cards in their hand. We're probably not winning. Let's go to game. Try to get to MTGO Masters on time. Bring in 2 needles. Let's bring in the subtleties. I also want some number of Veto, some number of wear tear. So lots of stuff looking good. I think we're gonna cut all the ousts, despite Delighted Halfling being kind of an issue. We have these to answer the halflings. They maybe even cut the halflings against the Terminus deck, although probably not because of the yeah. Let's play 2 wear tear, 2 needle for sure. Terminus? Maybe we just don't want to play any Terminuses. We could do something like, I guess 1 Terminus, 2 Oust, 3 Oust, 2 Oust. Not sure. The salties aren't all that good. 2 Oust, 2 Terminus. Let's do. It's like the MTGO Masters is the new rebranded Super League. 16 players go in, 4 pods a week every Wednesday, starting in like 3 hours, 15 minutes. Gonna be on the official Magic Online page and twitch.tv/anzidntg. Yeah, format is modern. Any more questions would be great because I'm not great at doing these like plugs or whatever. So all the normal stuff a good content creator would just rattle off. I need help. Yeah, they honestly, I feel like they're really. I don't like how they're tweeting like one person a day who's in the MTGO Masters. I feel like they just need to post everybody at once. People are not as online as as the content creators are. You know what I mean? Okay, come on, land. Nice. Let's hold up the Counterspell this turn. Yeah, so the way it works is that at any given, there's 4 people in each pod. Whoever's playing is playing, and whoever's not playing is commentating. So it's me, BBD, Arya / Hogpog, and then I'm not sure the name of member number 4. They really should. I should probably have given them this feedback, but I think they should really just tweet out all the names at once. Do I bounce this halfling ever? They could really need this 4th mana. They also can't go Omnath Fetchland. I'm just gonna bring them. Did you know the other names? I don't know. I know the names. Should use a funny word. Plus 3rd Teferi, minus 3rd Teferi. They've all been announced. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure that they had been. I didn't see it at least. Eduardo said, "G, can you play?" Yeah, I'm not familiar with Eduardo, but I'm excited to become friends. Yeah, first events today. I'm in the first pod also. Starts in like 3 hours. I'd be in check-in in like 2 hours, 10 minutes, I guess. I'll keep a 4 on top here, despite their ability to halfling. I think they may still send halfling at Jace. I feel with Arda like you've never met him, he is. Both. I'm sure Eduardo's great. Just getting to know everybody, you know what I mean? You can't know, don't you know? Like I really need to find Solitude, so I'm gonna not get my fetch land value. I'm gonna shuffle those cards away and then try to find it. Fail to find it, but we do find a fun Raveler. Something. I'm gonna name the one ring. I'm gonna save the second needle probably because I usually want to name Rin in 6, but they may like get rid of this needle. I want to name ring again. I don't think I want to name reflection. Yeah, Teferi stops Miracle Turn. Teferi is really good against us, which is definitely a big problem with playing Oust over Pending. Oust is really good against like Scion and Yawgmoth, and they discard a ring here. They thought for a second about which Planeswalker to attack. It's kind of funny. Then Reflection wouldn't do anything. I would stop them from activating Reflection, but I didn't. I agree, it wasn't correct to name. I did not name it. We have a 2 on top, which can counter Rin in 6. We can shuffle and get a Surveil land. Obviously, do the thing. Don't have a lot of 3s left in the deck, but I think we're supposed to do some digging. I cannot Miracle Terminus here. Could hardcast it. Let's not. I'm probably gonna minus Jace on the token, and then hardcast Solitude on the reflection this next turn. I could Kaheera in hand, but I think it's just better to keep the Surveil up with the Counterbalance in play. Do I want to Needle Red in 6 now? It was okay. Red would be kind of annoying, pinging my Teferi. Sarcastic Stream that bad? I don't think it's that bad. I think it's just the better line. Discard a Flusterstorm and just a Flusterstorm. Shocks and Steam Vents. On Enhanced Surveillance. Last Surveil land too. Island on top. Crazy how many times you brainstormed with more cards. I think I brainstormed twice. I'm pretty confident I've only brainstormed twice. They bounce Needle on the ring, but they can't play the ring this turn. I think they just want the card. I think I gotta minus the tough here. Base for their turn, just hardcasting Solitude again. It's not so bad. Yeah, multiple copies of Enhanced Surveillance do stack. It's pretty nice. I have Solitude, 4 mystery cards. Come on. I guess I upkeep Shuffle. Sorry, I will. Respawn shuffle. Terminus on top. So when do I Terminus? Do I Terminus this turn? I know that they have a Solitude. I can't Miracle the Terminus. Seems okay. Go shuffle for second Counterbalance trigger. I did shuffle. Oh, you mean on the, after the first time? I guess so. Yeah, I guess that would be better. You can't play Dragon Rage's Channeler in your Terminus deck, Dread Skull. Other Counterspell on top. So Solitude my Kaheera. Although now I could blind flip Solitude. That would go a long way. Other Counterbalance. Feeling in bad shape. Not dead. So they have one Solitude in the Terminus in the deck at the moment. I feel like I should have like 3 Terminuses in post board, maybe. We'll see if it gets that far. I'm kind of surprised they have this in against me. It literally just stops Solitude. I guess it doubles their own stuff up. Two-turn clock. Not a lot of outs. Gotta brainstorm. Never winning this game with the minus. Oh, they just have counter magic. Can't even blind flip the Dovin's Veto. We need to be doing a split of Oust and Prismatic Ending. Monkey. Thoughts on printing Veteran Explorer into Modern for the new cycle of free spells? You're crazy. And greedy. So one thing is it wouldn't go good with the whole cycle of free spells, but you really want to play games where you go Veteran Explorer, cast the Cultivate, and you have 5 mana turn 2? I don't know. I guess you just also get 2 basics, but it seems like a bad play pattern to me. Yeah, I guess I should have known what I was asking, though. Of course, everyone's gonna say, "Fuck yeah, I want to play those games." You play more basics. I don't know. It does. It sounds. I'm very scared of this new Cultivate card. I not we'll see what the rest of the cycle looks like, but if they're all proactive like this card, we are in for maybe are in for trouble. And I think I'm like way more scared of proactive 0 mana spells than reactive ones. Solitude is our top card here. Let's just Omen on their turn, I think. Boot away a ley line, good for them. Kind of weird. I think I want to keep both and then go enhance surveillance, surveil land. Consider. I guess I don't quite get enough look. Let's bottom the Delta, draw the consider, reveal. An island. Then this, I guess, just resolves. This feel like this matchup is just so often, do you find Terminus early or do you not? And when you don't, yeah, really don't. We have 3 looks at the Terminus here, so I'm just gonna YOLO this. I guess I could also find any white card in Solitude. Or 4 looks, right? Because we get the graveyard, graveyard, graveyard. Terminus! Not even a white card. None in the top 20. I think this was the sub we were playing last time. Let's run it back. I'm very excited for Priest of Titania for sure. My number 1. What if some of them cost more than 3? Require sacrificing 2 creatures? Yeah, maybe the black one sacrificing 2. See, the red one will just be like Reckless Impulse or something. Yeah, I haven't really done much thinking about like what what they could be. If the red one was a ritual, it would be so scary but really sick. Like 2 mana pirate, 2 mana plus 3 mana, or 0 mana sack a creature, red creature. No shot they print a ritual. I don't know. I didn't even think they're gonna print free spells in MH3 at all. I was like, I remember really feeling like it would be a mistake to do so, and we'll see. Like I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like it's gonna be a big disaster. The cards we've seen so far, but let's take the hit here. If we see Terminus on top, we really will not have wanted to use our Solitude. We may also want to Jace the Terminus to the top and Miracle this instead of pitching. Yeah, I like the Frog. I think the Frog is really sick. Top card is Thundering Fall. They also do Sorcery Period, otherwise they'd be too good with pitch elementals. Yeah. So now because I really just want to Jace against the Ragavan, try to put a 1 on top potentially, or just like have this in play and they can't Jace it. Let's Solitude. Would free Divination Bad Gush be too good? If it's Bad Gush, there are not that many good blue creatures to sacrifice that I can think of off the top of my head at least. I think we Miracle this. Obviously gonna brainstorm to the top too. Or 1 underneath the top. We get really tricky with the Ragavan. I think just Miracle. Finally had a free counterbalance. I'm gonna slam the Jace. I think there's a good chance it gets countered. Doesn't, obviously we're sitting really pretty. We're pretty likely to find it too. We're pretty likely to find it too. Basic. Come on, brother. You do better than that. Still pretty ahead. Oh, the blue one is Exhaustion? Interesting. Yeah, it could be that they're like a cycle of like existing spells. Because like Cultivate is obviously, Cultivate, sack a creature. Well, I guess I'll take a look at what my top card is, because if it's Terminus, I won't cast Solitude, and if it is not Terminus, I'll cast Solitude. Red will be Faithful Suiting. Probably awful. Blue one could be Brainstorm. What would they, like? Would it be 2 or 3 mana to cast normally? I don't know. I think Brainstorm would probably be a waste. Real Scalding Tarn. Going to trade Solitude for Nicottle? Probably not. But if I see a Jace, I'll keep a Jace on top, so I might as well do this. Hard to imagine 2 counterspells are not very good here, especially because keeping a 2 on top is a pretty relevant number. Will be a Magic on Amsterdam. I previously said I wasn't gonna be. At the moment, I am tentatively gonna try to come, and no promises. I think I'll only be able to go if I like either get very lucky at RC Dallas and qualify, or if I can convince someone at Wizards to like let me do a panel in exchange for like a flight or something. You're literally Delver of Secrets. If you make that work, you should have to fight first class. I mean, I'd take regular coach, whatever. I'm not a fancy man, except when I do my control player imitation. Not a lot of 3s to counter, but I think I'm okay keeping the Wear Tear to kill the Leyline. That's true, I've been playing a lot of blue-white lately. Remember, Wear Tear used to count as a 1, 2, and 3, now it's just a 3. I'm just gonna trade Kaheera for Ragavan. Player of Will, counter target spell, plus counter sway excellence. I think if the blue one's a counter spell, it's gonna be a big miss. We just like we already have 3 pitch blue. I don't know. We have so many different like 0 mana counter spells: Pact of Negation, Force of Negation, Subtlety, Force of Will. Obviously, that card's not modern legal, but we have Commandeer. Like let's get something else. I'm gonna wait on the Wear Tear here because my opponent could play like a Kavu. I want to start casting my Lightning Helixes though, of course. When Solitude attacks as an instant block, you may remove it from combat, conjure a copy of Lightning Helix to your hand, and cast it targeting your opponent without paying its mana cost. I'll keep all of these. The Considers will go pretty crazy, of course. I clicked no! Oh no, we're throwing. So hard not to misclick. Okay, game's still gonna be hard to lose. The reprieve. Sure. So if they target my enhanced surveillance, oh, they just targeting counterbalance when I have another counterbalance in the stack. It's so funny. How much does the Fury ban matter right now? I see Rhinos, 5-color Zoo, occasional Murktide. Is Fury that good against those decks? It's not me saying I'm banning Fury. Well, I mean, one big thing is like Scam is just not the de facto best deck anymore. Despite people memeing about it still existing, it's like number 6 or number 7, which is, you know, that was the purpose of the Fury ban, was to just not have Scam be the top deck anymore, which I think is good. I think I think Scam is a pretty miserable deck to be top deck of the format, and it had been that way for a long time, and I'm glad that it's different now. I think a Grief ban would have been better than a Fury ban, and I think a lot of people feel that way. My top card is Consider, so I want to draw that. I'm going to wait on this. I can also hardcast Terminus if I find it, so I don't need to worry about doing this on their turn. Might as well keep this, then can't bounce the Scion, have to bounce the Leyline. Well, then we can like use. They said, it said no way you run this Kanta, yet a free SURVEIL 3 every turn seems nuts in this kind of shell. I think you can eventually think. I will say, I think it's very funny when, you know, we talk about card evaluations like this, and then people who like the card kind of just read the card to me. You know what I mean? Like, I know what Search for Kanta does. I've played a lot of Search for Kantas.
What's the drywall guy's name?
Oh, sorry. I texted him. He said he's gonna come. He said that he told me Thursday. We both know that's not true, but
okay.
That's what I called him. But yeah, I don't know. It's like like having another 2-mana enchantment. It's like too many setup turns. Search for Kanta will be the lowest power level card in your deck. I sure do know that we are registering enhanced surveillance today, but it's just the worst card in your deck, and I understand that it has synergy with this card. I understand that, but it doesn't make me think it's a playable card still. There's too many 2-mana do nothing, so you gotta just start doing something at some point. Yeah, you can play Castle Vantress or Dixite. The thing is, Castle Vantress, it's like, I always find myself wanting to play it in this shell. I guess I consider first just to dig the deepest. I always find myself wanting to play Castle Vantress in this shell, and then it's just like, there's just not a card I would cut it for. Like, I wouldn't cut a Surveil land. I guess you could cut a basic island. Because now we're up a fetchable. Yeah, you could maybe cut a basic island. I think I'd rather Logic Knot first, so when I shuffle, I just have more juice in the deck. We're at instant speed hardcast Terminus. I guess I can't also counter anything. I don't know, Leyline Binding. We only have one left. Oh, sorry, I miscounted my mana. Logic Knot's in the main. I think the Logic Knot's very good. Especially in this build where you get to eventually cast it, exile all your fetch lands, and then when you eventually enhance surveillance yourself, you're only shuffling gas back into the deck. But also, you know, you're of course free to disagree with me on like Search for Kanta. I deemed it not good enough. You can disagree and put it into your list, and then 5-0 and prove me wrong, right? And let's keep the Multi-5. Yeah, Logic Knot is very underrated. It's just awesome. Pretty underplayed. Three cards in my opponent's hand. Just got Breach version of Enhance. Yeah, maybe we should be playing White Splash. I wasn't sure if that was something you wanted to, but yeah, I think tentatively the decks for tomorrow are Pirates and I can't say Pirates with straight face, but Pirates and Breach combo with Enhanced Surveillance. I think Black deck should be looking at Dismember over Push because of all the Scions. Maybe you go sway, Shieldred's Edict, which kills a Scion even if they have a Leyline in play if they don't have another creature. Breaches theme day, yeah. We don't have too many more Tribal Flames. I think I'm gonna keep. They have the Coddle, 2 mystery cards. I guess if their hand is like the Coddle 2-drop here, we're kinda cooked. Yeah, I'll save this all. They also don't have full domain here. Their hand isn't a Coddle 2-drop. Maybe dead the top deck Tribal Flames. Oh, never mind. Failed out. The same league, I think. I think I'm just gonna go Island, Plains, Surveillance. Wait, Inti is a pirate? No shot, really? I should have played Plains on turn 1, though. Human Knight, okay. How useful is the extra mana from Scalawag? I'm not sure. That's Jace, dude. Funny bug. Omen's usually a bit better when you could Miracle Terminus off of it. I'm just gonna try to cast Teferi here and have it probably get countered, of course. When will I return to Flump? I do kind of like Flump combo. I mean, there really aren't a lot of Solitudes in Modern at the moment. Oh, I'm up against Pygonti, I just noticed. Just chatting. Just chatting. Graveyard's a Misty. My conversation has convinced Pi to not attack with Ragavan, so now I get to go bottom, Meticulous Archive, draw Oust, draw Counterbalance, return, lead on Counterbalance, play Scalding Tarn, Oust to target Ragavan. Pass the turn. Ragavan makes some sense here. We'll define to consider. Oust, I guess. Eight, huh? Another Spell Pierce could definitely be in their hands, so I think I'm gonna not sack Omen right now. Second of turn, or I guess response to spell. Top card's Scalding Tarn at the moment. Graveyard's Expressive Iteration, Delirium Online, Game 2. Stuff. Wish, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well today. Kind of pre-boarded in this matchup, usually, is how I feel. I don't know if Pie's on like Ledger Shredders at the moment, but if he is, I want like a Scolding. Just run it back. Shuffle your deck, top deck Terminus. I'm dead on board. my opponent's gonna attack for lethal right there. No, Veto's just not good, a good card against them. There's like not really any card I'm like excited to cut here. I count 11, but yeah, they had 8/8 Murktide, 3/3 Channeler, 2/2 Ragavan for 13 damage. They got Delirium when they cast the Unholy Heat. Cut Omen and Logic for 2 Stern. Thing is, I think Omen's really good against them, to be honest. Like, it's just so nice to just bounce it with Teferi ever, play it end of turn. It's like a card I really like to have the first copy. Golding's okay, though, like, fine. We also have a lot of removal already. But removal's also good against them. Like, if I see Shredder, I'll bring in some Scoldings. Although Scolding's worse on the draw. To be fair. I think I'm actually gonna be slamming Counterbalance here and then Solituding the Ragavan, probably. Just getting this in play is so nice against them. Just eventually get your value. Teferi on top. Bluffing Spell Pierce might have been the right play there, because you know I have Teferi. I think Counterbalance counter things during the stream. We countered at least one spell last game with it. Right? Thank you for joining the stream this game. Let's just see where the top card is 1 here. There's another Scalding Tarn. They do have Shredders. Wait this out so we can, let one trigger resolve, then consider after the other one. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. Not the time to slam the Jace, probably. Could be the time to put Kaheera into our hand. Probably not. We just want to be able to cast a counterspell if to consider, probably. Okay, so Counterbalance. Top card is Terminus. Yeah, I guess I'll just let that be there and then try to Terminus into turn off the consider. Another consider on top. Okay. They played Murktide's game 1, so a sideboard card maybe? Not a scary sideboard card to see. Actually, wait, why did they Graver Breach? Is it like Breach not like their best card they could have? This matchup? I don't know. Hold this also, not sure. Breach? Maybe, yeah. Graveyard's a Spell Pierce. One on top, one on bottom. I think you're right about the breach. Gives me too much credit, huh? Although he should have just bobbled me. Wait, he did! He saw I have Solitude on top. Why not cast the breach? So it must be iteration, not breach then? I'm gonna go for the Solitude on their turn, I think. There's like no shot, you just like slam breach all 5, right? You holding up Subtlety? Maybe. Good read. Top card's a Terminus. Get to bottom this. Or just slam the Jace this turn. It's just gonna get countered or spell pierced every time. I'll pick you. Nice to have like a little bit of Ragavan insurance here, and then we just have a lot of cards that make like Kaheera nice, or like Jace like a better card to play. Enhanced Surveillance is the top card in my library though, so I would have been able to resolve Jace through a counterspell. I get to stop if there's like I get to stop the 2-drop if be it iteration or breach that's in their hand. So I guess their other card has to be exactly counterspell, and I have to not have a 2 on top. And I have a lot of 2s in my deck too. Flooded Delta is not a 2-mana spell though. Oh, maybe Pi was bluffing also. It's definitely in like Pi's range to bluff that he has something there. Make me think he has like iteration or breach and then doesn't cast it. But it seemed like it was iteration and then wanted to hold up the subtlety. Okay, try to finish strong. We're learning, huh? Their baubles get countered. Yeah, but they're gonna be up like 4 cards. I guess I could have played it out, but see, we also knew we're drawing a land. They're gonna be able to play like 2 threats. It seemed okay to concede there. We were supposed to shuffle and then see, like, do we just flip a 2? What are they doing? How is Jace performing relative to expectations? We've been playing a lot of Miracles lately. Jace is the best 4-drop and best win con if you have 4 Counterbalance and 4 Terminus in your deck. And is, like, just not very good otherwise. We're probably going to be plussing the Jace next turn. We also know my opponent's missing land drops, so... Oh, they graveyarded the Explorer, but we're going to try to put a non-land on top, probably. Get out of bolt range. I mean, they missed land drops, so you can keep that on top. Yeah, I just kind of feel like they're going to play a land. Wish for a land. Now we start brainstorming. I have 3 SURVEIL lands left. Wait, what is this? Not stacking abilities automatically. Oh, I didn't notice that. I'm going to consider before I activate Jace. Consider is a hell of a card in this deck. Obviously, I really want to find a counterspell. 3 is a really relevant number to leave on top, though. Let's just pick up this counterbalance. If they have a ring, they can resolve it this turn. If I don't SURVEIL into another Jace. Very, I guess, also, I don't know. Seemed okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep both, actually. Well, I only have one more SURVEIL land, but I get to SURVEIL 5 next turn. And then I get to, like, exile my graveyard and then dig for good stuff. I think it's probably okay. One thing about Red Green Valakut too is they don't really have a way to reset the ring outside of other rings, and it's not a great win con, but a little bit more of a win con here than it is in other places, I think. Yeah, ousting Grazer as like a lantern control thing could have been okay. Also, if I sack a Surveillance, I can get one more SURVEIL land into the deck. Are you my budget decks on CP still okay for FDM? Probably. I don't think there's a lot that's like actively something I would not recommend for FNM. Yeah, just like most things in life, kind of depends, right? Oh, sorry, I meant to great touch. Yeah, the ones that are still legal at least. Okay, so let's exile mostly just cards that we don't want in our deck after we shuffle them back in. And then I don't like my top card, which is another enhanced surveillance, so I'm just gonna shuffle now. Come on, Jace. You gotta do a little bit better than that. Like such a good job, like sculpting the deck there too. We did get a SURVEIL land back in the deck at least. 9 cards in their hand. Nice to know they have Karn game 1 because we can name. We can bring in both needles, pretty comfy too. Deprive. Good old days. Cast a spell, opponent. I know you got 9 of them, but can't be that tough. Oh, thanks for pinning that, Marv. Yeah, link to MTGO Masters this afternoon. You can watch it on Twitch. The official Magic Online Twitch, Twitch.tv, official Magic Online, or Anz at MTG. I'm playing with Brian, Eduardo, Arya. The next week is Brad Nelson, Luna Love, Nikachu, Saffron Olive, Sweet Pod. Then Carmen, Corbin, Corey Reed, also incredible pod. Cedric, Emma, Jake, Jarvis, also wow, super stacked lineup. Plus me. Well, graveyard. Yeah, I'm on today. Not revealing what I'm playing yet. Okay, goodbye, Dryad. Kind of glad I decided to not play this deck. I almost did. Yeah, the format is modern. Okay, they have both Valakuts online now. Or sorry, one more Mountain. I think I'm pretty happy with my deck choice, but you have to tune in to see what it is. I'm also like probably like Teferi bounce token attack for 3, let them take 3. Like I need this ring to be my win con. These draws have been so laughable. Just couldn't find another counterspell. I guess we shuffled in, so I'm not sure exactly how many we found, but just needed one more for the longest time. We'll see. Really cool to see Pro Tour champion Jake Beardsley, Twitch streamer Jake Beardsley here. I love Jarvis, love Emma. I met Emma for the first time in person this last weekend after being internet friends for years. Good to see Cedric in the mix too. Stacked lineup for sure. My friend Nikachu. Well, opponent's thinking a lot, but hard to imagine I'm not dying this turn. Do I have 2 mic octaves? No, I don't. No, there's some weird audio issues. Come on, Jace the Mind Sculptor. I wanted to see. Let's just go to the next game. Needle in, oust, out. Veto. No Terminus. Terminus does kind of Titan, but they're maybe not even on Titan. Playing Karn, they're playing Dryad. I'm gonna play like 1 Scolding, 1 Subtlety. Kind of Grazer sometimes. 1. Veto doesn't really do a lot. I want any Ousts, I think. I don't think I want any Terminuses either. No emotional support Termini. Yeah, so Subtlety is as more 4s is pretty relevant. I think that's one thing I really haven't liked about this version is we just kind of have too many 2s. And like I've been missing like the 4th Teferi as like extra 3s and stuff. We're playing Oust instead of Pending. Scion of Draco mostly, but also Yawgmoth to a lesser extent. Murktide also. Grieve. There's a lot. We go back to Pending. Eating a Borely Grazed. Force of Negation is not good in your modern deck unless you are like trying to combo at instant speed, with very few exceptions. It just doesn't line up well against the format as a whole. That used to not be the case, but like there's just almost no decks where you're really happy to have your main deck Force Negations. It's like not even good against the Cascade decks, which is kind of funny to say. But like when you're forcing a Shardless Agent, like they're left with a 2/2, and you just lose the fight so hard if they are also on their Force of Negations. I think I want to counterspell this. If I draw a land, I'm probably going to go Counterbalance. With Logic not up. Well, I can also go Jace with Subtlety up. Now I kind of have to Subtlety this. Yeah, Forcing's pretty good again with the Commercial District. It's like actually like the best 2-mana ramp spell. After being, not that good for a while. They kept Ridden 6 on top. It's just like, imagine if Farseek just it just said its normal text and then also said Surveil 1. Pretty nice upgrade. He didn't beat it pretty bad today. Today has gone a lot worse than I expected it to after having like several good Miracle Streams in a row. And it's been weird because like I haven't felt like the enhanced surveillances are bad, but maybe it's also one of these like it's just kind of hard to evaluate the lack of card from it, you know what I mean? It's cause slow too. I am still excited to play enhanced surveillance in Breach combo. Like, enhanced surveillance is not like as good in that deck as it is in this one because you're not digging for super specific things. But being able to dig for, I should have kept there next. You're not able to dig for super specific things, but being able to dig for your combo pieces and also fill up your graveyard and also be a combo piece with Dragon Range's Channeler, I think is exciting. Ill looking man, thank you for the 16 months. Hope you look better later. Get Subtlety down. Maybe clock them. Wait, against bridge combo with advanced surveillance in a historic a number of times. Yeah, modern is definitely different, but I think there's some stuff to like about. Let's go Island and surveillance on top into Counterbalance. Leave a 2 on top is here. Yeah, I think it's interesting. As far as like the best win condition is also something I'm kind of stuck on, because if you play your Thoughtbound Phantasms you can get those to basically 20 power pretty easily. So like, is it better to play a copy of Thud as your win con, or is it better to play an Oracle? They're both like 2 mana win the game one way or another. So I feel like it's probably better to play an Oracle, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And I also feel like there's maybe something better, but I spent some time last night trying to figure it out and was unable to figure out something better. Thought loses to ring. Yeah, thought loses to ring. It's just less mana. If like one thing is, I don't think I want to play Mox Amber. I don't think I want to play Ragavan. Is Thud better than Callous Sellsword? Can you breach Callous Sellsword from the yard? Did they bomb the Dread? Sorry, I thought they. I didn't really think about it for some reason. No, they did keep it on top. Yeah, I guess we should have kept Scolding. Yeah, Sellsword they can respond to removal, but it probably shouldn't be that relevant. I think you just play an Oracle. Let me pull up what I have at the moment. Yeah, right now I'm on. I don't know if you want to play 4, but what I kind of like about playing 4 is you're relatively happy to just cast it on turn 2. I guess we're just super dead to value. You're just kind of happy to cast on turn 2, then it digs for your combo, but I may want to do like 3/3. Ledger Shredder may be better than Thoughtbound Phantasm, but Phantasm does feel kind of nice with all the SURVEIL synergies, and it's kind of like I think a better backup win con than Shredder because it just does solo your opponents. Not sure about 3 Spell Pierce. Go down 1. No, you only get 1 trigger on Thoughtbound Phantasm, I think. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to upkeep, get rid of the planes, because then we get to, like, Consider just gets so much better once this is in play. But I'm pretty excited for this. I'll try to get some playtests, some, like, reps in with this tonight, maybe make some changes. 3-3-1 is probably good numbers. You can also play 4 Breach potentially, because it's like maybe you're just like way better at filling up your yard. They played Valakut for turn, so I mean maybe we can counter the Farseeks, but winning this game feels like a losing battle. So flooded too. Obviously nice to be able to bend those 3 lands. Graveyard, just like we have so much dig and our ability to like find counter magic has been tough. Go. Graveyard, top. Like we really want to be able to counter this with the fetch and then use the SURVEIL to counter the second thing. Might even want to go down to just 2 bolts, also 4 heats. Just not liking bolts very much lately. Might want to go up to 19th land. So a lot of question marks here. If it's 19th land, maybe I'll just main deck the breeding pool. I'm not sure. I'm kind of liking the breeding pool in the sideboard with like the low land count. And once I get up to like 20, 21 lands, I like to main deck it. And I like to concede this match. Got pretty whooped today. Surveillance was really cool. Glad to get to show off the idea a little bit. Maybe we can do some more cooking. I'm going to stop this part of the stream here now, but in like a little less than 2 hours, I'll be live over here on twitch.tv/ANZMTG, twitch.tv/MagicOnlineOfficial to play the first week of MTGO Masters. There's a pinned link here. You can find some information about it here. I'm playing with Arya, Brian, and Eduardo today. It's going to be pretty sick. Athena will be cheering me on. Anything else? Just, follow those channels, tune in. Should be a fun week. If I'm not playing, I'll be commentating. Should be a good time. Then we have Jace on top. I had Dovin's Veto.